Let me get in here and get to my email situation. Thanks for hanging in there with me, y'all. I do appreciate it, and I am sorry. And then, oh, and also, if you guys ordered the pearl powder, we had to order more pearl powder, y'all. We ran out, okay? So we got some more coming in. It'll be here shortly, and then you'll get your stuff as soon as it gets here, and we have another order in coming after that. It was really wild, okay? Really wild. But we got it figured out for you, and I'm trying to, you know, get her done, and as soon as it gets here, we'll get it out and about to you, okay? So please be patient. All right, let's see if you guys can see this now. Man, what a bummer start to the video. People like to get right into it, and we got drama from your mama. Yeah, actually, we do got that. Nothing's working on the computer properly. But here we go. They might not want us talking about this stuff. You know, they don't want you talking about Epstein no more either. But there's a picture right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Please notice her hand gesture while she's got the Kleenex on her face. It's the big F you right there. You can see it clean as day. Okay? Look at that. You can't make this stuff up. Why would she do that? Anybody got any ideas why she would do that? And I'll fix that thumbnail coming up. But there it is right there, clear as day. The big F you. Right? This is a Hollywood production. Hollywood production. Let me see your phone. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys know this young lady. Man, I can't believe that didn't show up. That's amazing.
They probably don't want it out.
No, it's amazing. It is literally amazing. All right, here we go. We got to get down here. And here we go. Here we go.
Oh, that'll work.
Yep. Now this is an insider here. She worked at the Bush administration. And I want to get you guys, I want to show you guys this so you can understand what's going on. Okay, here we go.
This is a theater production.
Yep.
But the important thing to understand about that theater is that in this case, I'm seeing something I've never seen before.
That's what I told you.
And that is when they do this kind of theater, and when I say they, I mean the intelligence agencies. When
right.
they engineer a theater like this,
yep.
They always, they like to mock
yep.
the crowd. I have never seen the mockery this extreme. This is different. This is new. It's a joke.
So you guys got to understand, man, this is a big, fat, in-your-face moment we're having right here. Big, fat, in-your-face moment. Hold on now. One more. I got one more for you guys. And then we'll get some more here. Hold on now. I try to be a little organized here, but, my whole systems are messed up here. I don't know what they're doing to me here. But they're doing it. But I will survive.
Cutting off the cross of the...
All right, come on now. I'm almost there. Hang in there.
You guys...
Yeah, you don't want to see that one.
Cutting off...
Did you guys see that? A big, fat, in-your-face F you. Right? That was crazy. And they are mocking you right to your face. And remember, I was the one guy who came out against old Tim Ballard. Remember Tim Ballard who stole all your money, all the Christians' money? Remember that guy? And then he disappeared. He showed back up on a private jet after Charlie was taken out, by the way. And he's from Utah. Pretty interesting stuff. Oh my gosh, I can't do it because it's on my other phone and we're using that for the show. Oh.
So Charlie Kirk and the Turning Point USA Foundation would have you believe that Charlie was just this miracle worker. Oh my gosh, he spoke to so many people. He was just a grassroots organization that just surged and grew forward. This is complete and utter bullshit.
You can look it up for yourself.
This never fucking happened.
Oh,
Dude,
dropping
this is
bombs on
public
here. Sorry, my
information
apologies.
what I'm about to tell you. All right? Look up something called the Bradley Impact.
The Bradley Impact Fund. Look it up.
This is a very conservative group worth billions of dollars out of Wisconsin, USA, right? And they fund all sorts of conservative organizations. Like, for example, the Heritage Foundation. Take a look.
There it is right there, Heritage Foundation.
So you can see that they gave the Heritage Foundation in 2022 $108,000. But who else did they give donations to?
Oh, this
Because
gets
most
juicy.
of these donations, as you see in the list, and this is just from Wikipedia, you can go look this up, right? Okay? Most of them are rather small, but there's one donation on there that's a whole lot of money. It's this one right here.
Ooh, look at that one. $7 million. To who?
That's right. They gave Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk's organization, close to $8 million in 2022. Now. You may say, oh, well, this is obviously a concerted effort to promote this conservative ideology, right? But get this. In 2024, they decided this is working so well that we're going to fund it even more. And they built a war chest for Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk. And they put in $104 million.
What?
Crazy, right?
$104 million, y'all. Who does that? Who starts a 5013C?
So who actually owns this Bradley Fund?
Yeah.
Well, it's this group called Rockwell International, which in 1985 bought this fund from the Allen Bradley Corporation for $1.65 billion.
Wow.
They then turned it into a $290 million funding arm for conservative causes. This contractors
DOD, baby.
made their money at war and violence. This is the group that funded Charlie Kirk and TPUSA. Now you know.
Citizens journalists. I'll get a shout out to citizens journalists. You're not going to hear this stuff anywhere. I showed you guys before that out of her own mouth, Erika Kirk says that her mom worked for the DOD and the Department of Energy. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah, that's what I said. We are being played like a fiddle. Oh, also, let me see if I can find it here. Oh my gosh. Let's see. London goes digital. Now, how does this work? Let me give you the shot here. London construction goes digital. Gold hits record high. Oh, man, I wish I could find the thing there. Anyways, Trump just went to London, right, to the UK. Sat with the prince and everybody, you know, Princey Charles, another scam. And what happened? They signed a deal, and it was only for digital data stuff, okay? Soon as Trump leaves, right, what happens? They just announced in London that you cannot have a job unless you have digital ID, okay? Digital ID. Digital is coming, y'all, and they're priming the pumps for you. It's crazy train. I hope you guys are paying attention. Anybody got something to say about it? Still trying to fix that thumbnail. It's totally ridiculous. Can't believe this stuff, man. We're getting bamboozled here with the thumbnail action. It's still not even up on the thing here. I don't even know what to
I
do
said you
about
should
it.
have just put a picture of a duck or something and it would have
No,
went
it's
through.
totally crazy. You guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up. That'll help get the video out as well. I don't know what's going on with this stuff, but they are, you know, tired of us talking about it. And no one's asking about the Epstein list right now. Nobody wants to talk about Epstein. Where's the list? What's going on with it? It's very, very interesting if you're actually paying attention, y'all. And I showed you right there. She's giving you the, you know, wow. And some people were saying that thing was the I love you in sign language. I guess she knows a lot of sign language. Oh, my video is still not showing up on my dashboard. It's like it's not even happening here on my channel. Very, very interesting. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about in the chat department. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. Turning Point USA was a scam from the get-go. I don't care what anybody says. Lots of money being filtered through there. Charlie starts talking about the wrong stuff. They tell him to shut up. Next thing you know, supposedly, he's pushing up daisies. All right, my thumbs up won't work. Imagine that.
That happened last time too.
Are any illegals being deported from Memphis or Tennessee? If you guys don't know about Memphis, you should look into it. And the weird, a lot of these places that are happening with this stuff, they have very weird backgrounds. Okay, very weird. Yes, Vietnam. They woke up in Vietnam and all of a sudden everything was digital. If you didn't comply with your facial recognition and your biometric data, you lost your banking account. Amazing.
What, 85 million or something?
80 million people or something. No, they don't even have that many people.
I thought it was a lot.
It's a lot. It's probably 8 million or 800,000 or something like that. They don't have that many people, but they all lost their bank accounts. Okay. This stuff is on the way to your neck of the woods. I hope you guys are prepared for this stuff, getting your preps up, getting with your friends, making some good changes, maybe trying to move out to the country, right? Maybe you could do that. Maybe you could get away from the population. Maybe you could do those things that we're trying to encourage you to do. And if you can't, just do the best where you are. That's the number one thing, is to do the best you can where you are. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that the homeless people are missing. Where are all the homeless people, they say? A lot of homeless people are going missing. Very interesting. I can't believe my video is not on my dashboard here. That is very interesting. Very interesting, because usually, this stuff is top notch. You never have any problems with the dashboard, and it's just not showing up. And we've already been live streaming here for a little bit, and we got 3,000 people watching, and it's still not there. So they don't want us talking about this. They want us to be hush hush and be dumb dumb. And I refuse to be hush hush or dumb dumb. Stacy just had a fabulous women's conference. Can't take Allison's phone call right now.
Yes, it was wonderful.
You want to talk about a little bit about your conference of the women?
I want to thank everyone who came to the conference, because we had the most incredible weather. The women were wonderful. We learned so much. Everyone's brains were bursting. It was a life-changing experience for everybody. So if you guys can make it next year, it's so much fun. We just learn so much. You just get a lot of new friends and relationships and fellowship, and it was great. So we had a fabulous time. So thank all you guys who came, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
We had several new people in the crowd there. It's very limited seating, Doodad. It's not a lot of people there to that one. And again, if you guys are waiting for your pearl powder, my apologies. And we're waiting for this thing to get in. The only place you can get pearl powder is China. Ours comes with a COA. We have third-party testing on every batch. And they're on some kind of a holiday till the 9th, okay? So that's 2 more days. We already had our stuff in line to be shipped, and now it's got snagged up because of their national holiday. And then once we get it, we'll get it packaged up and sent out to you. I do apologize. I totally underestimated the response on the pearl powder. In case you guys didn't know, Stacy and I are now offering seawater pearl powder at our store, and it's very good for you. It's good for your health, your nutrition. It's good for your gums, your skin, your
anti-aging,
wrinkles, everything, right? Like, we have a short paragraph here on the things that it's good for if you want to check it out. And if you want to get in line to order some, you'd be getting it before people that are going to be knowing about it later on. And as soon as we get it, we'll be sending out. I even had to order more, so we have another batch coming after that. And there's the link right there, offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Hit the shop tab. Yes, order that pearl powder, but please be patient. Right after, they celebrated their Jewish holiday, they started bombing Gaza again. Trump says they're going to broker a peace deal. And what do? They bomb them some more. You guys don't get it, man. I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm trying to tell you guys, everything is a big fat scam. And the only thing Trump has done in his time now, he's out, not even a year he's been there. It seems like forever. But he has only ushered in AI data centers, secured rare earth minerals. You're still paying too much at the pump. You're still paying way too much for your groceries. And this putting military on the streets is totally anti-constitutional. I know I hate to be a buzzkill, but it is not kosher. Okay, and all that is, I think, one man's opinion, is just I got a limited, wow, this is why they fear the internet has limited monetization. Haha, that was a good video, y'all, if you ever want to watch that. This is why they fear the internet. Type in that and put Off Grid Doug at the bottom after it.
You have lots of limited ones.
I know, because they don't want us talking about this truth. Oh man, this is ineligible. Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just kind of rolling through my dashboard
Oh
here.
my
Another
gosh.
ineligible. Dang, y'all. I'm telling you, man. They say freedom of speech, but they're not. They're on the back door, silencing people, stopping information from getting out. Like this video, there's not that many people here. The thumbnail's messed up. But we did show you Erika Kirk flipping you off. We did show her signals last time with her hand. If you watch the video and you actually pay attention, you can see her and Trump mumbling what they're going to do next and everything. It's like fake WWE wrestling show or something, right? Just like the shot to the ear, a whole fake shot to the ear, y'all. Amazing. And people fell for that hook, line, and sinker. You guys fell for the Tim Ballard stuff, hook, line, and sinker. You guys are sending, and when I say you guys, it's just a general statement, but you're sending all this money to these people, and they are laughing all the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. It's very sad. Very, very sad. And a lot of these people can't even afford it. And they send it off because they're pulling on their heartstrings and they sprinkle in some religious and some Jesus and stuff. It's so crazy. I missed the beginning. The hug with Trump was awkward. It was all fake, scripted. That was a big production, y'all. That whole thing, 100,000 people, big old auditorium, lights, camera, action. The whole thing is crazy. The ineligible videos, I don't really care about the monetization. You can still watch them here on YouTube, but it's just a sign. You know what I mean? It's just a sign to show you that. And once they demonetize them, they don't send the video out to people because it doesn't make YouTube any money, right? And sometimes you'll see those videos, they'll actually run commercials on them, but they won't send anything to us. Okay, and like I said, we don't really care about that. The main thing is trying to peel the scales off your eyes so you can know it's not health care, it's sick care. They're offering the COVID jab every single day out there. Trump was Operation Warp Speed Big Daddy, says it was the greatest thing ever, loved every minute of it. It's nonstop with this stuff. Okay, your food is, I'm trying to do these videos, right? Super busy. But your food is part of the mind control play. They have everyone on this mega processed food. You're not getting any of the minerals and vitamins that your body needs. Why aren't your glasses on?
Oh, because they're over there. I didn't get
You know what I mean? Like they're starving your body, okay? And then they get you wrapped up in emotions, right? And then you guys, just do the things they want you to do. You're on the biggest psyops mind control in human history, and you don't even know it. Susie got her pearl powder last week. Her teeth are getting whiter for sure.
Yeah, you can totally tell.
You can totally tell. If you want to get the pearl powder or a candle, you normally have your candle sitting here.
LSB says, can the ineligible videos be transferred to the university?
I already answered
library?
that.
What'd you say?
I said we're not really interested in the monetization part. We just want the information to get out there.
But if those people want to see it.
Well, they can watch it here on YouTube. All you got to do is roll through the library. I ordered my Sun Oven. Y'all, Sun Oven, I don't know what to tell you guys. I used to, that used to be a great company. I'm just going to tell you like it is. That you don't see them on our website anymore. Paul was a great guy, had a great company with the Sun Oven. When Tripp and these guys took it over, they were good for the first little bit. But then this last year, it's really gone downhill. And they say they're going to be, focusing on international sales and stuff. But I have people emailing me about this company and them not getting their Sun Ovens. You know what I'm saying? And I forward the emails to Tripp. I'm still in contact with them. He does give me some runaround stories as well. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but holy smokes. It's not good, man. It's not good at all. And you know what? I vet all these people and I do my best to protect you guys. And layman's just canceled us. They're woke. Like, you know, that's a different story. But this Sun Ovens company, I don't know. But I'm going to keep hounding them. I'm going to email them or text them again tomorrow. I did it last week. And he said he was out of town trying to get something handled. They were still waiting on some parts for some ovens, and they're trying to get these 70 ovens out. And I don't know if it's because of their restructuring that they're doing for international, that the orders that were hanging are getting hung up, or what's going on. Okay, but I am on it, man. And I do not want to see my people get any of this, you know, drama, okay? Because I don't like it. And so that's why I took them off the website. We don't talk about them anymore. And I don't want you guys to get caught in the trick bag. Okay? Now I'm going to show you guys again, if you just got here, this Charlie Kirk picture, because YouTube is suppressing my thumbnail. This is Erika Kirk at the memorial, exclusive picture, right? And she's literally giving you the bird. Okay? This is psyops like you won't even believe. Maybe you don't believe it. She owned a casting company, an actress. She was on sitcom shows. I think she's a honeypot, one man's opinion. They put her in there, you know, part of the play, part of the Jose. And how many times has Trump told you guys, everyone's from Central Casting? How much in-your-face information do you actually need? You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Trump tells you everyone's from Central Casting. Trump tells you your vote doesn't count because everyone is selected. They're not elected. Trump is an Israeli puppet, okay? He does whatever Benjamin Netanyahu wants him to do. They bailed him out of his failing stuff. All you got to do is go look this up, spend a little time looking it up. No, that is totally a real picture, okay? Totally a real picture. Trump is, you know, he is doing it. I showed you guys last week. If you want to go back and watch that video and that clip, They gave him the silver menorah. He's doing everything they want him to do. Benjamin Netanyahu says that he is the greatest president that Israel has ever had. He's letting them just bomb Gaza like nobody's business. Man, y'all, it's crazy train. And I am, you know, I am telling you, again, digital currency is on the way. You're going to wake up one day. You know they created the Depression. You know they create World War I, World War II. These are all resets. Stacy and I were listening to the radio. We've been listening to the radio a lot. And all of a sudden this commercial comes on, y'all. And I'm going to go down there and I'm going to do a story about it. But it's called the Depression Simulation.
No.
What is it? Poverty simulation?
Yes,
it's the poverty simulation happening right here in our town. Why would a city hold a, what is it?
A poverty simulation.
Poverty simulation.
So they're giving 15 minutes so you know what it's like to be in poverty. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Holy
weird?
smokes,
And
y'all.
it's run through the city.
A poverty simulation.
It's a government funded program.
I've never
Have you ever
heard
heard
of
something
such
like
a
that?
thing.
Yeah, I
now
thought it was
remember
weird.
all the other simulations. They had a COVID simulation. They have all these simulations where they war game it out and then they get everybody to, yeah, poverty is sky high. Because that's the whole thing. They said this is going to be the largest transfer of wealth in human history, and they're doing it every single day. Beef prices are up. Everything is up. It's off the chain.
So they want people to practice being in poverty. And
Yeah.
It's just really kind of weird.
But I'm going to go down there with my camera, and I'm going to do a whole thing on it. I want to know. I'm going to talk to the lady. I'm going to find out, why are we doing a poverty simulation? That is crazy. So, man, we talked about the financial, stuff going on with the TPSU, Turning Point USA. How some kid supposedly, right, starts a 501(c)(3), all of a sudden he's getting loaded down with hundreds of millions of dollars. That is not real life, y'all. It's just not real life. Not real life. Okay? This is something's not right. And I hate to keep talking about this, but we have to see what's going on. We have to see what's going on. And we have to understand, President Trump isn't going to save you. And this putting the troops in every city and stuff is unconstitutional, y'all. I know you don't like to hear it because you're going to try to, like Benjamin Franklin said, if you trade your security for your freedom, you deserve neither. Okay? And that's what's happening right now. People are actually applauding this stuff. How come the Newsmax was the only company that got to go with President Trump off to London when he went to the UK and Charles and stuff? How come Newsmax was the only one? As soon as they got back, they started dogging on Candace Owens because she was talking about the Jews, okay, and their involvement and the stuff she was finding. I found that so very interesting. I'm just a guy out here trying to follow the trail of tears, trying to look at things objectively. I don't buy into this stuff hardcore, but my eyes are wide open, y'all. And once you see this stuff, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, and that's a big thing is when you realize it, because a lot of people are talking about start watching, older movies, 30 years old or so, and you can see what everything's
It's so crazy.
A lot of people are asking about the pearl powder. So there are directions on the back label, and it says that you can take 1/4 of a teaspoon. You don't have to take a 1/2 teaspoon.
Because this is seawater pearl powder. This is the freshest, most powerful stuff we can find.
Yeah, 1/4 of a teaspoon is fine. You can put that in if you put it in your yogurt or your drink or sprinkle it on food. And if you're going to use it in your skincare, I'll just sprinkle a little bit on you can mix it in with if you make your homemade toothpaste. But if you just want to, every time you brush your teeth, you could sprinkle a little bit on and put your toothpaste on and then brush your teeth. Or I just get a little bit on my fingers, like a little bit of the powder, and then I'll put lotion on and I'll just rub it on like that. You can do it like that. Or if you have some lotion in a container, you can sprinkle, like 1/2 teaspoon in there and mix it all up in there. And that way you'll have it in your lotion too. So it's very simple, straightforward. But just remember, if you got something, you don't take the whole bag. You don't want to take teaspoons every single day. 1/4 of a teaspoon is just fine. Okay, taking it daily.
Y'all, and seriously, I want to just explain this to you. They control every aspect of your life. Literally, we are just flying in the wind here, and they're going to blow any which way they want to. They own the banks, they own the money, they own the food, they own just look back at COVID. When they did COVID, that was a litmus test, and daggone it, we failed in a big way, okay? Everybody rolled over. People took this bioweapon shot. That was a huge test. All of the governments got together and coerced it and colluded with it. And so that showed them right there, okay? That showed them right there that they have all their puppets in place and that the people are going along with it. That was a huge signal for them. Before that, they weren't really sure. But now everyone's been selected, not elected. They got them all in place. All this infighting and bickering, they're all laughing at you guys behind the scenes. Schumer and Trump and what's his name? The black fellow who's with Schumer now. Where's Nancy Pelosi? Where's Maxwell? Where's all those people that wanted to impeach Trump nonstop? You don't hear a peep out of them because it was all a show. It was all a show. Pelosi's husband getting hit in the head with the hammer, that was fake as hell. Okay? Everything is just a show. Why does Charlie Kirk has the same birthday as what's his name? Floyd, right? Remember Floyd where BLM burned all the cities? Why do they have the same exact birthday, y'all? This is so very in your face. That, you know what the odds are of that happening? Seriously. Holy guacamole. Freemasons and Satanists. Yes. But there's low-level Freemasons. They don't even know what's going on. They just go to their little thing. It's like a little club. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have no idea. It's crazy, y'all. And we're so... You cannot even imagine or fathom the evil that's all around you. Seriously. That's why I just implore you guys, if you can get out of the cities, get away from the population. If this thing pops off, all they got to do is black the city out, right? And just say, oh, look, Hezbollah did it. Oh my gosh, man. Everything is so fake. Everything is so fake. The only stuff you know that's real is stuff you can feel and touch and see for yourself. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, I still can't fix my thumbnail. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? You want to talk about your vitamin D thing? Somebody said, is it true that you have to take vitamin K with vitamin D to actually get the benefits?
Well, the thing is a lot of the things, the vitamins work well when they're combined with other vitamins to help you absorb them better. You know, like for you to absorb iron properly, you should have like vitamin C, and it works. You absorb it much better. K2 has things that have vitamin K2 in it, is like fermented vegetables, especially like sauerkraut, egg yolks, you know, things like that are really powerful and then like raw cheeses. So that has K2 in it. So when you're eating your foods, because, and those are vitamins, you know, that have a little bit of fat in them and they're just loaded in really good stuff. Things are absorbed better, you know, with magnesium. Between those three, magnesium and vitamin D and K2, they all work very well together. But all of us, definitely, for us to be functioning properly, we need to get out in the sun. It's so important, especially your first morning sun. 10 minutes in the morning is incredible to get everything going, to get your serotonin working, get your melatonin working, get your sleep-wake cycle going. All these things are crucial with what we have in nature. I mean, I don't want you guys to start relying on taking supplements for everything. You know, we can get a lot of this by eating real foods. You know, you can get.
You are not going to get real foods at the grocery store, y'all.
So
hold on, you ready to play it?
I want you guys to watch this.
Watch this. Hold on now, we got to buzz through this commercial.
Oh, wow. The quickest
Hold on,
way to
almost done, almost done.
to a point of view.
Almost done.
Now, we're all familiar with the health benefits of eating fruit and veg, but what if scientists could make your 5 a day even healthier? That's the plan at one research centre in Norwich here in England, where tomatoes are being genetically altered to include more vitamin D. Nikki Fox has the story.
On the outside and on the inside, these tomatoes look and taste like any other. But in greenhouses in Norfolk, they've been bred to contain something that many lack: vitamin D. Researchers believe there's enough in 4 to meet an adult's daily requirement.
Why tomatoes?
Because it's relatively easy to do it, and it wouldn't have worked in other vegetables such as broccoli or cabbage. And lots of people eat tomatoes, even tomato pastes and pizzas and ketchup.
Gene editing switches individual genes on and off by snipping out a section of DNA. Doing this in the tomato means a substance can build up because the gene that stops it is turned off. It's that substance, or provitamin, that when exposed to light turns into vitamin D. For the first time, 76 people are testing genetically edited food in clinical trials. The tomatoes are frozen, then freeze-dried and added to soup. So what's the problem they're trying to solve?
In summertime, just through exposure to sunlight, we can make enough of our own vitamin D. But in wintertime, when the sun is lower, we don't get the UV rays coming through, and you don't make enough of your own vitamin D, and you've got to get it from a food source. Traditionally, that food source would be oily fish, eggs, but of course a lot of those foods are not necessarily palatable to everybody.
Wow.
Participants wear a UV necklace to check it's the tomatoes, not the sun, giving them vitamin D. The results go straight to researchers. But it's not just tomatoes that could be changing.
In 2 months, product developers will be able to apply to the Food Standards Agency to have their genetically edited food marketed. It's expected the first could go on sale next year. And it could mean anything from sweeter lettuces to strawberries that last longer. But some people do have concerns.
No kidding.
No longer requirements to label these gene-edited, precision-bred GMOs. Now that removes consumers' rights to know what they're buying. It makes it difficult for organic farmers who must legally keep all GMOs out of their supply chain. So the fact that they are not labeled and the fact that they are not traceable creates problems for everybody except the biotech industry.
Scientists in Norwich say they do want people to know what they're eating, so are breeding a new type of tomato.
We kind of want them labeled so that consumers have a choice. And we think that this variation, which gives a stripy color, it looks a bit like a sunrise or a sunset, and it's that relates to the vitamin D content, which is because it's called the sunshine vitamin.
Don't you guys get it?
Say genetically.
We are in the times of Noah, y'all. They are messing with every little single thing in your life. They want to jam drugs in you and all this bio stuff. It's actually disgusting.
So it's like really important. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying, I can't do this, I can't do this, I don't know what to do. You know, it's a good time no matter where you live.
Did you hit that thumbs
Anybody can, you know, buy some seeds, you get a pot, you can be in a wheelchair. You know, you guys can start growing certain things. You need to find your local farmers. We talk about it a lot. Kind of find out, you know where your food's coming from, because it's going to be so important. Because look at that, tomatoes. How many people have ketchup?
And that's
how many people have pizzas?
That's just vitamin D, right? We already know they're doing other gene editing to the food. They've already talked about it and putting a peel on stuff and all this stuff that makes you sick that they don't even really test. They do these quick studies and then they throw it out there to you. It's disgusting.
So, you know, like they were saying how, you know, oily fish or, you know, eggs, you know, a lot of people that you can go a long way when you get your, you know, free range, farm fresh eggs. And then I talk about sardines a lot. I did in my cookbook that I wrote, I did a lot of recipes about ways to eat sardines where you can really doctor them up and they taste pretty good if you like fish. A lot of people don't like that. There's a really wonderful fish oil, cod liver oil called Rosita's, which is processed pristinely. It's wonderful. It would probably be the only one that I would take, Rosita's. And also, I want you guys to educate yourself. We talk about the Weston A. Price Foundation and what a wonderful group that is. So if you guys could get some more education on that, if you join them, it's westonaprice.org. It's $40 and you will get like this book. It's got articles written by professionals, doctors, and it's literally like you're getting a wonderful book. You'll get it quarterly. So 4 of them for the year. They're beautiful. You get so much information and it's a great organization just to educate you about foods, what the foods do, products. They have even a kind of shopping guide that when you go to the store, it gives you the good brands because they've done a lot of research. They have other people, you know, like their leaders and stuff in the communities where they, you know, have their organizations, and people send in and they show, you know, this is where you can get this from. They also have a rawmilkfinder.com. Is it .com? Raw Milk Finder. So if people are trying to find raw milk in their
that
area,
stuff will kill you. Your government will kick in your door if they bust you drinking raw milk. Don't you guys know that? I mean, that's a tell right there. Somebody said they just ordered the largest candle that we have, the emergency candle and the 9-inch, and that they want to make sure that the pearl powder will help their eyes, and it does help your eyesight.
Many people that we have like hundreds and hundreds of testimonies about it.
Yes.
And I'll be one of them. So
So
and
it's
I know
good for
many
your
people.
teeth, your wrinkles, all kinds of health benefits.
Anti-aging, yeah, it's just kind of pretty cool.
And please be patient. If you did order some, I know you're being patient.
Once we'll get caught, we'll get off.
We sent out over almost like 700 of them, and there was a lot of you guys that wanted to get some, and so we had to order some more, and they're having a big holiday right now, these people, and so we're waiting for them to get off holiday. They're going to ship. I ordered a bunch more, and then I'm going to order a bunch more of that, so I will never be behind again. I totally underestimated the response. Okay, normally I'm pretty good with this stuff. I don't like this waiting around stuff. Okay, so please bear with me, and you will get your pearl powder. If you've already ordered it, you're first in line, and it'll get out the door as soon as it shows up. Please be patient. Okay, we're not Amazon. We do all this stuff ourselves, and it takes a hot minute. Okay, so get your pearl powder at offgoodwithdougandstacy.com. Hit the shop tab or pick up a candle, or we have medicinal teas. We have the mullein tea, dandelion root tea, hibiscus tea. All these things are actually good for your body, y'all, and you need all the help you can get without turning to big pharma. Okay, and my video is still not up. Can you guys believe that stuff?
It probably won't go up.
It's very strange. Very strange. All right. No excuses. And you know, Derek Johnson, man, I'm not a believer, y'all. I see you talking about him in the comment section and his Q stuff and this continuous of government. I call BS. Okay. Trust the plan. All right. It's not happening. He is on the other team. I don't know how to explain it to you. That's why he faked the earshot. That's why they put in Biden and Harris. So you guys would beg for him. All right. This is all a setup. A setup. Where's Nancy Pelosi? Where are all these people? Impeach 45, impeach 45. They're all gone. Poof. Not saying nothing. No one's talking about Trump. No one's talking about Epstein. Everyone's just going with the flow. You know, we got our fake shutdown going on. This is all nonsense, you guys, being played like a fiddle. No, I don't need to take a break. Thanks, though, for thinking about me, Celia. I like to stay informed. I don't keep my head in the sand. I don't internalize it either, okay, because I'm out here living my best life. We're working on our plans for our future. We're doing things every day. We're moving forward every day. But I just want you guys to know, man, like there's going to be some bad times coming. I'm just telling you.
Don't use the word bad. You can say challenging.
Challenging. Some challenging times are coming. Digital currency, digital ID, these vaccine passports, even MAGA's pushing now for vaccine passports again. It's nonstop, you guys. Nonstop. Please pay attention. The chemtrails, yeah, we did notice that. The chemtrails stopped, but they're back going again today. I saw them today. But for a couple of days there were no chemtrails because I guess they didn't have that government money flowing. That is the Department of Defense, y'all. Don't think it's some Bill Gates creepy organization. That's why Trump can't address it. That's why nobody talks about it. It's the DOD, and they're spraying people like crazy, and they don't care. They don't care if your food gets polluted. They want you to eat 3D meat and the bugs. They tell this to your face. While they eat caviar and fly on private jets, they're telling you not to drive your car and to eat 3D printed meat. Please pay attention. Holy guacamole. This techno tyranny, Elon Musk was part of the PayPal mafia. Okay? That's a big deal.
Well,
J.D. Vance owned a blood-sucking company with Thiel before he ran for vice president. It was called Ambrosia. Go look this stuff up. No one's fibbing you. And Trump talked about 6G and 7G. He wants 7G. He also said that the AI data centers can have their own power plants because our grid is just so fragile. And they're going to suck up all the water around you. Man, y'all, everyone is in the trick bag, y'all. It just takes a while to wake up and say, like, dang, we're got to pay all this money for electricity. Dang, we got to pay all this money for water. Or maybe there is none. It's crazy.
Well, Denise, there's a super moon tonight. Denise is going to dance barefoot in the moonlight.
Do it. Dancing in the moonlight. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is all truth. It's not fake. It's not nothing but truth. And they leak it out and put it in your face because they have to tell you. That's part of their karma. That's why they make movies and put things in the movies. Like Snake Eyes, where the guy was fighting. His name was Tyler the Executioner. And plus I just saw another one where Erika was on a show and the guy's name was Tyler and they had this fakey funny love scene, kind of crushy looking stuff. And she was on a zip line and went past the date 9/10. I mean, this stuff, man, oh man. You guys do you know about MK Ultra? Did you look up last week after I talked about Kathy O'Brien? Did you look her up and watch some of her videos? Leave it in the comments if you did.
So Pam says to grow your own food, herbs. If you have windows, put them to use. Put in a shelf in front of windows in a yard. Yeah, we did a whole microgreen thing this last weekend with Mallory from barefootmicrogreens.com.
Yes.
She's got the kits. You know, you can get kits there. You can grow your own 365 days a year in your truck and your house. They're very nutrient dense. They don't take anywhere from 10 days to 14 days. You can get a nice plant. It's just amazing. Even the pea shoots, you could get. One of the girls in our class when we were this week at the women's conference, normally, you know, you can get a couple harvests off of it. Once you cut it, it'll keep growing. So you can get a couple. A lot of people have gotten 3. The girl in our class, Rhonda, got 5 harvests out of hers. So that was kind of cool. So that's something that's pretty neat. If you haven't tried the pea shoots, they're really good.
MK Ultra is a mind control program that is ran out of NASA. And you can go look this up for yourself, okay? This is out on the streets. People know about it now. And there's a lot of people that were in MK Ultra. And, you know, a lot of these school shooting people are all part of this program, okay? These people just don't come from anywhere, and you don't ever follow them after this happens. You don't follow the kids or the parents. You just, just everything vaporizes, and the story just goes away, and no one thinks about it anymore. Okay, well, you guys got to look this stuff up. MK Ultra. Look up Kathy O'Brien. She talks about this stuff. She's a very credible person. I've got her when she was younger talking about it, and now she's out there, doing some podcasts and stuff, talking about it again. And she's a lot older now. This stuff is serious business. Okay. Trump was on the plane with young people. He's been with these models for a reason. Millennia, all this stuff is a setup. That's why he was in your life while you were growing up. So they primed the pump for such a time as this. And here we are. There's 300 million people in America, and we got some washed up real estate weird tycoon that had The Apprentice and shows on TV and totally part of the culture, and he's the president. I mean, don't you think that's kind of weird? Don't you? Or is it just like, oh, wow, it's just kind of the way things worked out? I'm just telling you, man. No, you love Trump. I know, Jazzy Jims, but he's not good. Name something he's done. He's been in office for a year. He hasn't done nothing. Okay? Except constitutionally sending soldiers out on the street, and then also all these data centers and securing rare earth minerals, and then these tariffs, okay, raised up all your prices, and he's still collecting income tax from you. I mean, come on, man. Wake up. Wake up. All right. Well, we got some good information about the vitamin D. Vitamin D.
No, I mean,
in
I'm
the
just
tomatoes.
saying, we just really have to be really, be aware, know what's up, what you're going to do. Now's the time to kind of find,
Give them time. You're funny.
You need to drive and find a farmer around near you. If you need to drive an hour or 45 minutes where you can find a local farmer, some local Mennonites, some Amish people, try to do that. If you go to the farmer's market, talk to them, but start growing. Right now is the time to get some heirloom seeds, we like to use sow right seeds. You could get some heirloom seeds, start them right now, because just remember, once you start planting and you plant your heirloom, it's going to get used to your area, and then you just save your seeds every year. And we've done a lot of videos on seed savings for tomatoes. So, and you can save them, and then you'll just have them forever. So there's no excuse for a lot of us. I mean, everyone has to eat. So at least you could try to be doing something, some lettuces and some tomatoes. If you're going to do microgreens, something where you can get some nutrient dense foods, learning how to ferment. I've done a lot of videos on fermenting. I also wrote a book that has a lot of fermenting recipes, from drinks, honey ferments, vegetable ferments, fruit ferments. So just educate yourself. We talk about getting knowledge, getting books, just being prepared, because who knows if the internet will even be there. You're
gonna be logging on with your biometric data, or you won't be able to get on. That's what's coming. So that's already happening in other countries, y'all.
So just, we always try to tell, and people are like, oh, you're being, you're scaring us or whatever.
It's the facts.
You have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. We're smart people. You need to have a game plan. And if you don't ever need it and it doesn't happen, then you're still prepared. But what if you do need it? So I think it's really important that we need to be really thinking about now's the time you can start getting your seeds for the spring of next year. And that way you'll have your seeds. There's a lot of these little, packets you can get with a whole
sow
garden.
right seeds. Get your sow right seeds at our link, right?
Yeah.
We save you money there. They're nice people, family owned business. And yes, pearl powder whitens your teeth. You can get some pearl powder at this link I keep sharing, offgoodwithdougandstacy.com. We have more incoming. If you order it, just be patient. It might be a week, maybe 2, maybe 3, right? But it will get to you, okay? But you might as well just get on the list and get ready to get some. Oh my gosh. Stacy has a new ring. No new rings with Stacy.
No, I got lots of
She has
jewelry.
lots of rings like that. Yep. Y'all, one of the best things we did 17 years ago was to move out of the city, get on our land, start growing food, grounding. Look, I'm not even wearing shoes right now. See, I don't hardly wear them at all. Getting outside, being outside all day long, not sitting around watching TV or staying inside or sucking up air conditioning all the time. You know, having this diversity on our body, making us sweat and making us figure things out. I went from not being able to build anything to building this log cabin, building the learning center next door, building mom's cabin, building the outbuildings. We've been dumbed down for a reason, right? And that's what permits are all about. When you live in a city and they want permits, that's to stop you from doing things. And then you have to hire out this guy to do that, and hire out this guy to do that, and hire out this guy to do that, and hire out. All this stuff is a scam. This is all made to keep you down and dumb. The fluoride in your water killing your pineal gland. They say that over 90% of people now don't even have an inner voice. You know, and we call that the Holy Spirit, right? The Ruach HaKodesh. They don't even have it, right? They say that 15,000 or something churches are going to be closing in North America right now. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but Christians are being persecuted, right? In Africa, like nobody's business. Nobody's talking about that. I mean, we could just keep going on and on and on.
So Norma was talking about what's the best source for learning how to save seeds. So this is a book. It's called Seed to Seed, Seed Saving and Growing Techniques. It's a very good book. It's by Suzanne Ashworth. It's a really good book. Seed to Seed. So if you're wanting to know some information, it's not a very, huge book. It's got a lot of information. This is like one of the first books that we got a long time ago. But it's called Seed to Seed.
Yes, humanity, because it's them against us, y'all. The technical, if you just spend 2 seconds looking at Elon Musk's grandfather, he was totally into techno-tyranny. He even said that people are too stupid to even pick their own leaders, okay? Elon Musk was part of the PayPal mafia. He went into the White House too. Why do you think they let him in? All this Doge stuff was just a ruse. Whatever came of it. We haven't saved any money. We didn't cut any of these programs. It's nonsense. He's in there setting up the future of the computer techno-tyranny.
Listen to this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So, stewarding Faith Acres. Doug and Stacy, we met you driving to the land we bought in southeast
Remember
Missouri.
that when they were following us?
Yes.
We looked over and they're like, oh my God, it's Doug and Stacy. And they were going to their land. Yeah,
so
that
listen
was
to
awesome.
this. Our house foundation is done and house is closed in. Next big job is the metal work. 35 plus chicks, milk cow, and 1-year-old heifer.
They're doing
awesome.
it. They are doing it.
That's great.
Yep. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Well, we couldn't get over there. We were driving and it was like we were going to pull over and we missed them or something.
And then they had like a flat tire or something. Something happened. Weren't they going to our thing or something?
No. This was down when we cut through.
I know.
We were going through down. We went through a different way.
We were going to a thing and they were going to go, but they had to go close on their property.
No, they were. No, we just saw them just driving.
She'll leave it in there. I know, but they were going to do that or something. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
She's doing it. You can drink coffee out of the copper mugs. I wouldn't. It's hot. And the mugs are metal, so they're going to transfer the heat. So you better be very careful with that. It's not that it's bad, but it's just
it's
that
the handle's too hot.
Yeah, just the whole mug is going to be hot.
So Mogo is pretty funny. It says, barefoot and listening to music, true toe jam. That's pretty good.
Y'all, that's why they raided P. Diddy's house, okay? They raid his house. They take all of his stuff. That's why he didn't get in trouble, right? Because the raiding of the house, they secured all the dirt he had on everybody, and then they weren't worried about him no more. And that's why he got out like a good little guy. No charges. You go ahead, here's a couple smacks on your wrist. Can't you guys see this stuff? Like George Carlin said, it's a great big club, and we ain't in it. We ain't in it. Dang it. I don't really want to be in it. No, P. Diddy, no prison. No prison. Let's type it in. P. Diddy. P. Diddy. No prison. Sentenced to 4 years for prostitution. Hold on now. Let's get the real story. 3 months ago, P. Diddy Combs fell to his knees as a jury acquitted him of sex trafficking and racketeering, but found him guilty on 2 lesser prostitution charges.
Well, now let's see. Where is this? Monica wants to know, how do I store clothes? I'm downsizing and need ideas.
He got 50 months for prostitution. Received credit for time already served. This means he'll be incarcerated for 3 more years. Whoopee.
Oh, he's still in? I thought.
Hey, remember when they locked up what's-her-face?
Who?
You know, for stock evasions or whatever.
Martha Stewart?
Yeah, Martha Stewart, right? She went and did her little fake crime time. So that's just to scare you guys, okay? And then she got out. Now she's bigger and better than ever.
So, Monica, we store clothes because I don't have a closet, which I kind of wish I had a closet, but
Yeah.
I don't have a closet. But he has a chest of drawers and I have a chest of drawers.
Yeah.
And I just roll my clothes up. I'll fold them really good and put them in there. And then I have like a big basket thing that I put a bunch of stuff in there. And then it does force me to get rid of stuff more, because if I don't, then you have too much stuff. So just maybe don't have as much area to store your clothes in. And then the other thing that helped me downsize when we initially moved out here, I try to get like 100% like fiber, like 100% cotton, 100% organic cotton, you know, linens, all that kind of stuff, hemp clothing. I try to get all my natural fibers and try to get rid of all the polyester and all that. So that helped me when we first moved out here. And that helped me just to say, okay, no.
Finally showed up. Crazy.
Oh, it's because people were on for a while.
Crazy, y'all. It finally showed up.
won't.
Now I can change my picture here. Dang it. Really do appreciate you guys showing up every Monday night. I know I've been really lax on putting out regular videos. I'll get back at it here after a little while. I've just been busy getting stuff prepared. We're rolling into winter time. Now it's messing up my video thumbnail. Look at that. It's nonstop with this stuff, man. All right.
Well, congratulations to Michelle, because she bought some local honey and made my easy salad dressing. And if you're not making my easy salad dressing, shame on you.
Yeah, you should never buy it at the store.
Never
again.
buy salad dressing ever again.
Tell
as
them
long
why.
as you live, you're having rancid oils that they mix canola oil, soybean oil. I mean, just terrible seed oils that are bad for inflammation, causing so many problems over time, so many ailments. And so if you make your own salad dressing, that's a huge, huge thing, because you're going to use great ingredients, because you're going to have the raw honey. You're going to get the benefits of the raw honey. It's very, very healing, has wonderful vitamins and enzymes. Then you're going to have apple cider vinegar, raw apple cider vinegar, which is going to be amazing too for your health. And also some extra virgin olive oil. So it's just 2 parts extra virgin olive oil. You're going to have 1 part of the raw honey and then 1 part of the raw apple cider vinegar. And you just shake it up really good, and then you just put it on your salad. You know, you can make it in little pint jars, or if you want to do, less than that, and you just sprinkle a little bit on your salad, and it tastes amazing. And then sometimes you can even change it. If you don't want to do the honey, you can do it with maple syrup. It just gives it a little different taste. So it'll make your salad rock. So everyone should be doing that. Say no to store-bought salad dressings. Make your own. And if you get my cookbook, I have like a whole section about different kinds of salad dressings you can make. All different kinds of salad dressings. Because it's very easy.
So easy, it's so easy, it's so it's so easy, it's so easy. Oh my gosh, y'all, such a bamboozle going on. We just want you guys to be ahead of the curve, you know what I mean? We don't want you to get caught flat-footed. Maybe gold and silver, you might be on your mind. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if that'll help you. Nobody knows how this is going to play out. They've war-gamed it all. Why are they having poverty simulations, y'all? Our town is having poverty simulations. It's crazy. Why would they do that? Never heard of that before in my whole life. A poverty simulation. If you look into how we got off the gold standard, that was Nixon, that was a scam. Everything was a scam. Fiat currency. Now they don't even need the paper anymore. They're just going to go digital. They can just create digital numbers. It's not good. It's not good. So you guys, there's going to be some challenging times. And they're going to blame it on something or blame it on somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do it. It's their fault. It's his fault. It's Charlie Manson's fault. That's how they killed the Summer of Love. Again, look up MK Ultra.
And Jennifer, she had some sauerkraut. Looks like some fermented veggies tonight. She ate some fermented veggies. So for a lot of you guys, I'm going to tell you, because it's apple season for a lot of places, you can do a wonderful like apple sauerkraut. It tastes just delicious. You know, you can shred some of your cabbage, and then you can just do the same with your apples and mix it all up. You can put some caraway seeds in it. It tastes yummy. You can put some onions in there. It tastes delicious with some salt, and it's just really great. So you guys, it's simple. It's simple to make. Anybody can make sauerkraut, and you're going to get so much good bacteria, probiotic benefit out of it. It's wonderful. And just know, even when you add fermented foods to your diet, you know, the toxins that we're breathing in are all around the foods that we're eating. It also helps eliminate and get that out of your digestive tract as well. And it helps break down the foods easier. They're easier to digest. It kind of intensifies the nutrition of what you're eating as well. So it's an incredible thing. So if you're not trying fermented foods are an incredible way to add a lot of life and health to your diet. Because a lot of us are starving. You know, we're eating processed foods.
Over-processed.
So, yeah, highly over-processed.
Highly over-processed.
So cooking from scratch
On
and adding
purpose.
live foods. I mean, I am such a big advocate for fermented foods because you don't need that much. A teaspoon with your meal. If you do kombucha, you can drink it. If you make kefir, or you get it, you know, from a good, credible source. Those things are powerful, powerful things to add to your diet. So if you want to know more about how to make fermented foods, you might want to think about getting my book too. You can go to offroadwithdougandstacy.com and get my fermenting book. It's called Fermenting with a Smile. And, you know, learn and start making some of these things because, you know, everything at the grocery store is getting so, so expensive.
Yep.
So, you know, I talk about like these bottles here. Some places are $5 to get kombucha. All you have to do is brew a few tea bags with a little sugar and some water, and you have kombucha.
We show you how to do
It's
it.
very, very cheap. So, as well as the same thing, if you're going to make, you know, like a little bitty pint jar of sauerkraut could be like $8, $9, $10 for a little pint jar. And I was at the farmer's market and they were selling them for, it was like $12 or $14. I couldn't believe it for a pint jar where you could just make a couple heads of cabbage and you could get, you know, a gallon or two, you know what I mean? Depending how big, you know, your cabbage heads are. So it's crazy, 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 crazy. So some of these things, I know a lot of people are saying, I can't do that. It's too much work. It isn't too much work. I mean, you'll save so much money. And once you start doing it, have a friend over, you can talk, you know, just chop it up. It doesn't take very long. You don't have to cook anything. You don't have to do, I mean, you just cut it up, put it in the jar, you know, put your lid on it and then put it away. It doesn't really take that long at all. So that's your new thing this winter. You maybe, or even maybe now for fall, you need to start fermenting. Because I know a lot of people say, I'm going to do it, but now's the time to do it.
Y'all are so funny. Like, I know you're trying to believe in Trump and everything and such a good patriot guy, but he's got the itchy ear talk. He's telling you what you want to hear, and he definitely doesn't want to talk about the Epstein files. You've seen it with your own eyes. Changing the subject, says that's stupid. Anybody who wants to know that. He ran this whole campaign on getting in there and doing the thing, right? That's his whole, what a part of his campaign was releasing it and the JFK stuff. And we know who dusted off JFK. Israel, okay? Not Hamas, not the Muslims. We know who shot up the USS, you know, ship out there in the ocean, right? That wasn't Hamas. That wasn't the Muslims. It was Israel. Holy
So
cow.
Paula
man.
hasn't been able to log in the university for 2 weeks, so you want her to get in contact with you?
AFALCINC@gmail.com. That is for the university people only. Just hit me up. But all you have to do is go the university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com, hit the login tab. You have to log in every time, and then it'll ask you for your email. Once you log in there and you give it your email, it'll send you an email to get you right in. There's no passwords or anything else. It's very easy.
Yeah, the spray that you spray, like when Doug's finger was all
We didn't use
pussy
any
and
spray
swollen.
for it.
No,
We used
not that
Dia.
finger. I'm talking about when you hurt your finger. It was a hypochlorous.
We didn't hurt my finger. We never talked about hurting my finger.
No, remember when you had it? You were all pussy and all that kind of
No.
stuff, and we sprayed it on there. Yeah, you had that finger, and then you did that, and then the hypochlorous helped it. That's what they were asking about. So you can get that at TM.
I think they were talking about my
TMHW.
bump right here, and that was Dissolve It All, and that was
Castor
DMSO and castor
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah, and then if you for like a great antiseptic that kind of gets rid of infection and things like that is
Yeah,
called
remember,
hypochlorous.
and
from
you can get some
TMHW.net.
TMHW.net. But do you guys remember when first time go around, Trump had all his kids all up in your face, and they were everywhere being part of this and that, and his son-in-law, right? You guys remember that guy? Don't hear a word about him now, do you? You guys got to see the forest through the trees. I have an off-grid homesteading book. I also have a book. It's the first 7 steps. You can get it right here at the general store, and it talks about how you can get into living off-grid or homesteading, what to look for when buying land. It's just a nice little pocket book, that fits in your pocket that you can reference and look at. It's super cheap, and I just put that together along with another book that just helps you along in a real easy kind of way, okay? Stacy has her books, and if you want to, you can have a PDF version if you can't afford the real one. Also, if you do that, please use your computer because it doesn't really download that good on your phone, okay?
So
Yeah, Jared Kushner, right? You guys, this is all a big setup.
let's say happy anniversary, David.
Happy anniversary, David.
Got you on our mind.
And tomorrow is Dougie's birthday.
Yeah.
Well, we don't celebrate birthdays, but now you know. Please help me order pearl powder. Mindy, I'm going to write it right here just for Mindy. Hey, hold on. Hey, Mindy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Here is the pearl powder. And then I'm going to leave the link right there, Mindy. Anybody can click on it, not just Mindy. But it's so easy to do. Or you can go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com and then just look for the shop tab. I know you can do it. I know you guys can do it. I know you can do it. I give the email address or the website over and over and over. offgridwithdougandstacy.com. And we do give instructions. The instructions are right on the package, Kathy. I don't know what you're talking about. Stacy spent a lot of time with that. And she put the instructions right on the package. All you have to do is sprinkle 1/4 teaspoon in your food or your tooth powder or your makeup
or your drink.
or your drink
the drink.
or whatever you want to put it into. It's just that easy. There's no special instructions.
Well, and just for like if you're going to put it in lotion or anything, you can just sprinkle a little
you just
on.
sprinkle it in there.
But if you're going to do it in your food, just do about 1/4 teaspoon. That's it. That's
and
it.
bentonite clay is good. For your teeth,
The bentonite clay I have for the tooth powder, so you can find.
and if you add a little pearl powder in with that,
Yeah.
now you're in business.
Yeah, so I would probably put, if I was making like a 1/2 pint, I might put a teaspoon of pearl powder in that. Or if you were doing bigger than that, but probably a teaspoon in like a 1/2 pint. That's a small little container.
Y'all, I'll be 58 years young. I still got 50 more years to watch this whole crap show unfold. And I mean, I'm ready, man. I'm trying to do everything I can to have me and my wife ready for whatever they throw at us. That's my duty as her husband, right? And I'm trying to get us ready we've toughened up. We know how to do things for ourselves. And we are going to do the best that we can. That is for sure. And that's my duty.
Yeah, I was going through pictures today, and so I wanted to show you some pictures.
Oh my gosh, come on, girl. I knew you dragged these up here for a reason. You don't have to show these pictures.
This is Doug.
That's Doug when he was a young lad. I was in California when we took that picture. That was a Willie G jacket, boy. That thing was something. When I was young, I was pretty good when I was young. I left home when I was 14. I turned 15. I was gone. And I became the youngest manager in the country for this work that we did. I sold magazine subscriptions door to door. I was the youngest manager in the country. By the time I was 21, I had like 50 people working for me, all ages of people. And I was in charge of, kicking butt and taking names, and I did a good job at it.
Here's Doug on the Harley.
To say closer, I couldn't see it.
Oh.
All right, so this is a picture of me and my Harley there. And Stacy was with me too.
There's
Buddy Tim there. Okay. We just used to ride. We rode our Harleys coast to coast, y'all. Not many people can say
Doug
that.
And I.
This is this is back in our,
crazy days.
Pagan days. And this is at the, what do they call it?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras in St. Louis. And that's me and Stacy back in the day, right? Before we were getting hip to this stuff. But we really enjoyed riding our motorcycle.
Look at that.
Coast to coast.
You already saw that,
right?
That's funny.
That's me right there with hair. Right?
I don't even know that.
Don't look too hard.
I don't even know. Yeah, that's
This is at my mom's house in Florissant. I remember the boots. I remember the pants. I remember the shirt. But back then, nobody knew how to take pictures, obviously, because all these pictures are so far away. We were going through our pictures. We're trying to cleanse out some stuff. And this is when we went whitewater rafting. And this is when we first were married, pretty much. Not first married, but
No, it was much later.
way before we got up here. And that's in Colorado when we went whitewater rafting. We took our
But
kids
isn't it
whitewater
funny?
rafting.
The one thing I want to talk about, isn't it funny how when you go through like your pictures, it's like you remember exactly what you were wearing. You remember like your shoes, your pants, where you got it, how you got it. Isn't it funny?
And if you were in the university,
jewelry.
that's so funny because in the university.offgridwithdougendstacy.com, I actually showed some old pictures the other night, too. Because all these pictures are laying around, y'all, because we're getting things buttoned up over here. We got somebody coming out here tomorrow to look around. So we were trying to button up stuff. It's barefootmicrogreens.com. That's Julie. You can get the microgreens at barefootmicrogreens.com. Stacy, if I could only get one book of yours, which one would you recommend? I say it would be the Remedy book, but what do you say?
Well, if you're going to ferment, oh gosh, you need both of those are really good. The fermenting book and the Remedy book is good, but it depends. If you're not going to ferment, then you get the Remedy book. But if you're going to ferment and you want to do, some different recipes. And
we have videos
of
fermenting. We have a whole playlist.
Yeah.
If you type in fermenting off-grid Doug, she has so many videos on fermenting, y'all. But the Remedies stuff is gold. And no, we weren't members of the Pagan Outlaw MC. We were just, back there living the old crazy days, right? We weren't as spiritually fit as we are now, I guess you could say. Yeah, I say the first book, yes. I would definitely get man, this thing's way behind. I'm just not showing my foot. This is, I would definitely get her Remedy book. I am not cutting my beard. You got that right. Because now I learned, right, that they want you clean shaven in the face.
Your hair has
these are receptors for frequencies. I can't even tell you like how much better I felt ever since I let my hair on my face grow. The Bible even talks about not cutting the sides of your hair. It's very weird, y'all. I know this stuff sounds crazy, but it just, dang it. Dang it. My favorite is the Remedy book, is what Kathy says. Weren't we all off track? Probably. Could be. Maybe. And if you think you're on track, you're not. That's the funny thing about it, right? Holy smokes, y'all. All right, y'all. I don't know. We're just trying to help you guys along. We're living this stuff. We were talking to some people this weekend at Stacy's Women's Conference, and they had ran into some of these fakers out there, and she was pretty upset. So just be careful out there. We're the real deal. We live in this, 600, 700 square foot log cabin. It's all no electric, no public utilities. And if we ever move, We're still going to live with no public utilities. Our house will be off the grid. Read the book, The Invisible Rainbow. Read the book, Dirty Electricity. They know this stuff, y'all. They know this stuff.
So Margie just ordered the Jackson cell salts, and I can already tell they're doing my body.
Yes, you can get cell salts at our link too. Just scroll down to Dr. Cowan, and if you type that in and use coupon code OFFGRID, you save money. And the cell salts, actually, I mean, I was kind of poo-pooing them. But dang it, that stuff actually works, y'all. That's why they hide this stuff from you. That's why they hide this stuff from you. Mom's just right here, and if we do go somewhere, it ain't going to be far. Okay? Yeah, we went to Sturgis. We went on our honeymoon to Sturgis. And then we went there a couple times after that as well.
So Stewarding Faith Akers says she came to the women's conference and you razzed her husband for trenching in the electric because he's a woodworker. I lost the off-grid battle, but I wash our clothes with the hand wash Rainier washer to compromise.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, y'all, we're just, your life is full of chapters. You know what I mean? Like, just sharing these pictures with you guys. Your life is full of chapters. And if you're not growing, you're dying, right? So please don't get stuck in the same old thing. Always try to learn new things. Always try to learn new skill sets. Always push yourself, When it's hot out, maybe try to go without that air conditioning. I know he is saying what you want to hear. He is, man. He's hugging that flag and making you feel all patriotic because really that's what we want. That's what we want. We want to get back to the Constitution and we want to get rid of all this bloat and we want to bring these prices down because we won't be print. Y'all, listen, income tax is a total fraud. They print all the money they need. They do not need your income tax. It's just a form of mind control and slavery. We're serfs out here, okay? And this personal property tax where they can just take your home from you if you don't pay your tax, that just goes to show you, right? We're just serfs. Go look up to what that is. We just get out here, we work the land, and we don't really get any benefit. You know what I'm saying?
See, Ceciler says they recall you were chunky in the earlier.
I was chunky.
He was.
As a matter of fact, who said something to me the other day?
You were a big.
Said, man, have you lost some weight, Doug? I guess that was at your conference. She said, you're looking good. You've lost a lot of weight, Doug. I said, I have. Yeah, they took my home like that because of property tax. They will. So that just goes to show you. And also, you know who runs you by who you cannot speak out against, right? And right now, you cannot speak out against the little hats, or they'll call you an anti-Semite, which Semites is not Jewish. Go look it up, right? Even in your Bible, right? The Semites are not Jewish. I don't know how they did that. It's crazy. Can't talk about the Holocaust because then anything is just crazy, okay?
Shauna, you cannot use water kefir grains for kombucha. They're a little different. Oh, here are the crickets. Do you guys remember? If you weren't here last week, we were talking about the crickets because you can tell the temperature outside without looking at a thermometer or anything by counting the amount of cricket chirps that you hear for 15 seconds. So if you listen to the crickets for 15 seconds and then you add 40 to that, that'll tell you what the temperature is at that moment. And it really works.
How are you losing weight? Because I'm doing stuff, man. I'm a doer.
No, he's eating.
And we're eating good whole food
good.
From the earth, not this processed garbage from the store.
See, a lot of times
and I'm out in that sunshine sweating and stinking.
People don't realize if you eat food, processed foods, you eat out, at fast food restaurants,
they
you
tell
eat out of a
temperature,
box.
not time. The crickets tell temperature, not time.
Didn't I say temperature?
I don't know. Somebody said time. It's temperature.
Yeah, I don't tell you the temperature.
Yeah, we pay property tax now. Sure we do. But also know this trick. If you move out to the country, like when we lived in the city, we had an okay little house, right? and they were charging me like $6,000 a year for personal property tax. I move out to 11 acres and I have this nice little cabin and I paid $400. So it's a huge difference when you get out into the rural community because it's rural land and your taxes just drop off the face of the earth. All right, my computer's about to die. We've been here for over an hour. We love spending time with you guys. Hopefully you got something from this video.
Let me finish about the weight thing.
Go ahead.
So the thing is just know when you start putting clean things into your body, your everything and detoxing and all that, your body works more efficiently. You're active. You're moving around. You'll just start, the weight will start dropping. Your liver's functioning properly. You'll start losing weight. You know, and it just is, it's easy when your body's clogged up and you're drinking pasteurized milk and you're having sodas and you're eating out at McDonald's or Chick-fil-A all the time. You know what I mean? Ordering Little Caesars pizza. Your body doesn't, it just kind of gets clogged up. So it's just not going to work very well. And so your weight gets stuck on you. And then you go to bed late every night. So you're holding on to cortisol. So you're holding on weight around the middle. I mean, getting your sleep is totally crucial. Getting out in the sun is totally crucial. Eating real foods, cooking from scratch, using good saturated fats like ghee, coconut oil, duck fat, beef tallow. Those are all important instead of using seed oils like canola oil or soybean oil when you're cooking. So little things like that, and you just are consistent with it. You don't have to change much of anything. And you can eat very good. No one's going to be denied anything. Real food, like using butter. If you make homemade bread out of grains, ancient grains or whole grains. That's another one, barefootmicrogreens.com. They're doing this crushed wheat or cracked wheat. And then it keeps the cell. So the nutrition is still intact too. So, you know what I mean? If you're using and eating real foods, it makes a huge, huge, huge difference.
And no, we don't. Our property tax isn't cheap because we're not on grid. It has nothing to do with that. When you live out in the country, they consider the land like farm use and rural, so your property tax is less expensive. Plus, they don't have these big $1 million buildings full of air conditioning for all their government puppets that they hire in, okay? A lot of this is our fault too. People want to get these cushy government jobs and sit around in the air conditioner all day, and then that means they got to raise up your taxes, and that means they got to charge everybody more money so they can do that and give them benefits and health insurance and pensions. That's our fault. Our country was founded on limited government. They used to do the people's business, and they would go back to their own farms and go back to their own houses. And now they have 2 houses and they're millionaires. And if you want to become a stock trading tycoon, all you got to do is get the Nancy Pelosi app, right? And do what she does, okay? Dang it. All right, it's 2 ounces of pearl powder. Remember, if you do get some, be very patient. I can't promise you how long it'll be, but once we get all these orders caught up, if you guys order it, by the end of the month or something, these orders are going to fly out of here because I'm going to have enough to where we don't want the stuff sitting around. We have the freshest stuff you can find. We have COAs, okay, which is a certificate. They test it. They tell you everything. I'll have a new COA on the website coming in with this new batch. If you see the COA on there now, that'll be good for what we're sending out now to get caught up. And then when the new stuff gets here, we'll have a new COA. It's third-party tested every single time. You can't get this stuff on Amazon. This stuff doesn't sit around. This is FRESH, okay? And we take this stuff very seriously. We source the best stuff for you guys. We don't just talk about this stuff, okay? And everyone is selected. They're not elected. Your vote never counted. I mean, those are just hard to hear facts, okay? And we wear these glasses to block the blue lights on the computer and these lights because it messes with your circadian rhythm. And when you mess that up, you can't get your sleep cycles down to where you heal. Your body heals at night, okay? Also, with a full moon tonight, the freaks come out at night. You're going to see more crime. You're going to see more births. If you have animals that are pregnant, they might even shoot out the baby. The full moon is known to do these things. All you have to do is look at the statistics. On the full moons, things happen. Yep.
And then Leslie just made her own wild flower this week with dock and plantain seeds. Yeah, we have a lot of curly dock here and with other in both kind of docks. But if you guys know, like toward the end of the summer, if you know what dock is, they get these beautiful brown seeds, and it makes a really nice flour. And then also the plantain has those that go up, and you can do the same thing. They're little fine seeds, and you can grind them up, and you can make little crackers, and you can make like little breads and things with it. So that's another thing. No one should ever starve. It's like if you could take a herb class, like
foraging class.
Yeah, any of those things. Get your
cattails. You could eat cattails, elderberries, all this dandelions. All this stuff is out there in your yard and the parks and the woods. You know, there's black walnuts. All this stuff is out there for you guys. All right, we're gonna do the end of the show. Walk around in the crib. Let's see what we can find to look at. I'm even gonna turn my flashlight on. Here's some kombucha. You can feed your chickens the scobies, or you can keep them in a SCOBY hotel like that. You know, a jar with some juice in it, and you can save them up, or you can give them to friends, right? There's our Kugelcock from Germany. I got the light on tonight. This is our bookshelf with all of our good books. If you guys want to stop and pause the video or come back and read some of these titles, you might learn something. There's the Black Law Dictionary that we talked about one night. You might want to get that. Here's some more titles for you.
Oh, I haven't mind to come back here.
Stacy's Armenian. You know, nobody's crying and wants special attention because the Armenians were massacred by the Turks, right? But all of a sudden, you know, this special status the little hats won has always baffled me. It's very baffling. Here's some more titles here, right? You guys can check all that out if you guys want to get some books. Right, this helped me build the off-grid cabin. This is the Time Life series about the pioneers and the cowboys and all that stuff, leather bound. It was back in the day they sold that. Now we're going to go up here. This is our loft. We got to go up these stairs. Big deal. Keeps us healthy and happy. There's our mother-in-law tongue. And then this is our, Stacy was talking about our dresser, right? There's our dresser we keep our clothes in. There's our bed right there, right? All made from logs and stuff. Very good.
Is it messy?
No, it's very sexy. And then this is our other little, these are all cedar too, by the way. Very good for keeping bugs and rodents away. So keeps your clothes smelling good. So we have 2 dressers up here, cedar ceilings. Right, there's our light right there we got from the Amish. It runs off a Milwaukee battery, works great. Actually, I could probably turn it on and get better lighting for you. Boom! All right, this is our little loft area up here. Man, you guys stick around to the end. You always get these crib tours, like cribs, YouTube cribs. There's a nice little trunk there. What is that? Was that Aunt Bee's or something? Where did we get that trunk?
What trunk?
It's a little trunk.
That was my grandma's when she came from Armenia.
When Grandma came from Armenia, she had this trunk right here, y'all. That's how old that is. Very old trunk from Armenia. We've had that for years. There's where the chimney goes out to the roof there. That's a 12-12 pitch. Cedar ceilings. This is how we do it, man. This is where we live. This is our thing. This is our mojo.
It's a mess up there.
It's not either. It's not a mess. It's easy going up and down the stairs, even though it looks kind of crazy. And then we got handrails there. So it's no big deal. It's no big deal, y'all. This is what keeps you healthy and vibrant. You know? There's another old trunk. Where do we get this old trunk? I don't even know. There's Aunt B's table. Yeah, that was my uncle's. There's our Berkey where you can't get any water filters anymore because the government went after them. Wood cook stove and the love of my life. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, the most capable hand is at the end of your wrist. And maybe you could share this video with somebody. Make sure you give a thumbs up before you leave too. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one.